Welcome again to The Old Principal. I am The Old Principal, and we've come to another 老校长的节目. So, today's lesson is an interesting one. Maybe you have never seen something like this. This is a hot air balloon. You know what a hot air balloon? This is a little hot air balloon. 用热气的一个气球 a little hot air balloon. Okay, now we will go into this in much more detail in just a moment. But before we do, we need to listen as Mrs. Ash, my wife, reads the story for us.
Story 311, Little Hot Air Balloons. One summer, our two sons were bored. I was principal of the school next to our home. They often came to my office saying, "Daddy, what can we do?" I didn't have a good solution, but my teaching colleague did. He suggested that John and James make hot air balloons. He gave us all a demonstration. First of all, he took the plastic bag that covered dry cleaning, returned from the cleaners. These bags were the thinnest and lightest of all plastic bags. Next, he showed us how to make a thin wooden cross at the bottom. After the plastic bag was attached to the cross, a little cup was formed out of lightweight aluminum foil. Finally, we put some cotton in the cup and poured alcohol over it. Now the balloon was ready for flight. Carefully holding the plastic bag, the alcohol was lit. The almost invisible blue flame filled the bag with hot air, and since hot air is lighter than cold air, the homemade craft began to rise. It didn't rise quickly, but it eventually rose to the height of 200 meters, where the wind caught it and blew it several miles away. One time, my friend chased after the balloon for many miles as it rose up into the mountains. Since my colleague and I couldn't spend all day supervising the boys, we left them to this new activity. Unfortunately, one day the wind was blowing too hard and it hindered the liftoff. In just a few seconds, the balloon crash-landed near our house, sending the tender dry grass on fire. We were lucky, though, because there was a group of men playing softball behind the school, and they all ran over to the field. They used their feet to stomp out the flames. More than likely, it was because of the field fire scare that the boys' interest in hot air balloons soon diminished.
Welcome back. Are you ready to roll? One summer our two sons were bored. Well, what's new? Nothing new under the sun. During the summers, many students are bored to death. 很无聊. So, what to do? I was principal of the school next to our home. From my home to the school was very, very close. They often came to my office saying, 经常到我办公室跟我说话. What did they say? Going on. Daddy, what can we do? 爸，我们能够做什么？爸爸 help us. I didn't have a good solution, but my teaching colleague did. I didn't have a teaching a solution. But不晓得. Sometimes parents are like, uh, uh, I don't know what to suggest. You know, it's kind of it's almost like their brain has been brainwashed, 好像洗脑一样. Can't think of anything. So, my teaching colleague, that is, 我的教学的同事, he was a teacher also. I was the principal, but he was a teacher in the school. He had a suggestion. Okay, going on. He suggested that we make these hot air balloons. Okay, 这个 hot air balloon, 这个热气球. Okay, and so he suggested that John and James, these are my two sons, suggested that they make hot air balloons. Good idea. In fact, it was very interesting. In fact, I almost feel like, even as old as I am, I'd like to try it again. That would be fun. He gave us all a demonstration. That is, he gave us a 示范. He showed us how to do it. 示范, in this case, a demonstration. 给我们看一看一个示范. He did it right in front of our eyes. Of course, we were right next to the school, so we had everything we needed at the school to work with. First of all, he took a plastic bag that covered the dry cleaning returned from the cleaners. This is a long, complicated sentence. Not very long, but a little bit complicated. First of all, let's look at it. First of all, 这个首先 he took a plastic bag, 塑料袋, no problem with that. Okay, was what? That covered the dry cleaning, 干洗过的衣服. Everything that's been dry cleaned, 经过干洗, 有自己的这个塑料袋套上去, right? So this is the plastic bag that covered the cleaning, dry cleaning, but notice that last four words. Returned from the cleaners. 从这个干洗店 or 洗衣店回来的. Okay, plastic bag covering the dry cleaning. Okay, to see this word, cleaners. Cleaners is 干洗店 or 洗衣店. In English, we just say cleaners. When we're speaking, we just say cleaners or dry cleaners. Okay, 洗衣店 or 干洗店. Or we could say dry cleaning. Let's say the sign, 这个告示牌, it says dry cleaning, 干洗的服务, okay, and so on and so forth. So, first of all, we took a plastic bag. So we needed to use this plastic bag that covered the dry cleaning. Now, why did we use this? Okay, going on. These bags were the thinnest and lightest of all the plastic bags. These bags were the thinnest. That means that they were 最薄的 and they were the lightest 最轻的 of all the plastic bags. You can have 这个塑料袋, you can have thick ones and thin ones. This is very thin, very thin. Next, he showed us how to make a thin wooden cross at the bottom. Now, what you need is you get some 木条 and 要劈开 very 细 很细 okay? And so we made this wooden cross, 这个十字架. So you make this, and you put this at the bottom. So you have the big bag here, and then down at the bottom, the open end, 开的那个地方啊, you put this wooden cross going on. After the plastic bag was attached to the cross, 你先要这个粘上去 sometimes I guess we use tape with 有胶布 and then we put it on. And then a little cup was formed out of lightweight aluminum foil. What is aluminum foil? Okay, I want to make sure I get this thing right. Aluminum foil is, okay, 铝箔. Aluminum is 铝, okay, 铝. Okay, so you have 铝, but foil, 箔, you know, it's 一张一张的, okay, and it's very, very thin. So we used this aluminum foil and we made, 造, created a lightweight cup, 一个小杯子. Okay, now the 小杯子, actually it was very, the edges were very small, okay, and it usually was about this size. It wasn't very, very big, okay, and we made this little cup, 很轻. The important thing is lightweight, 很轻, okay, and we put that in the center of the cross, okay, so we attached it, 这个粘在 the cross. Now, next. Finally, 最后, we put some cotton, 棉花. So we bought some cotton and we put the cotton in there, in the cup. Put the cotton in the cup. We kind of brought it out, put it in the cup like this, and then we poured alcohol over it. 用酒精, okay, 倒在这个上面, okay, to fill the cup, okay, and with especially the cotton, 这个棉花. Now we're ready to go. Going on. Now the balloon is ready for flight. 已经准备好要飞. Carefully holding. Now you have to be very careful, the plastic bag, because when you light it, okay, 你点火的时候, you have to be very, very careful, because if you're not, that plastic bag will burn up and then you have to start all over again, okay? So carefully holding the plastic bag, the alcohol was lit. So we took a match, 洋柴, and we lit it, okay? Now, it's ready to go. It's ready to fly. So we light it. Okay, now, going on. The almost invisible blue flame. What is almost invisible? 是看不见是 invisible, right? 看不见的 cannot see it, invisible. Almost invisible blue flame. OK, 是蓝色的火焰 blue flame. Have you ever noticed that blue flame, especially alcohol? Have you ever burned alcohol? 你烧酒精的时候 you cannot see the flame. It's burning, but it's hard to see the flame. It's just little light blue. Sometimes you can see just a little bit. Okay? So the invisible blue flame filled the bag. 充满 what? 这个袋子 with hot air. 这个热气就充满这个袋子. And of course, what happened is the bag was limp to start with, and then it starts to get big and it fills out so that it's ready to fly. And since hot air is what? Lighter than cold air, 热气比冷气还要轻, right? Hot air always goes up. In fact, I've often thought, I wonder what would happen if it was the other way around. Cold air went up and hot air went down. Our world would be a mess. We could not live. But hot goes up, cold goes down. So the hot air is lighter than cold air. The homemade craft began to rise. Now, when we say the homemade craft, okay, a craft is some kind of vehicle, something that maybe carries people or carries things. We translate it 飞航物. But it's interesting that the aircraft, air, 空气, craft, what's that? Same thing. Aircraft is an airplane, or sometimes might even be a helicopter, 直升机, but usually airplane. The aircraft, okay, now we're talking about homemade craft. It's not an airplane. It's a 热气球. And it began to rise. Oh, it began to rise. It didn't rise quickly. But eventually, it rose to about the height of 200 meters. Okay, so it's going up, up, up. 差不多200公尺. Now, I tell you, this is not very big, this is not very big. And so, as it goes up, the farther it goes up, it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller, so it was very hard to see. And the higher it went, it finally came to a place where the wind caught it. 这个风就抓到它. Okay, it's interesting that we use the word caught it. It doesn't have hands to catch anything, okay? And it blew it several miles away. 把它吹到一个很远的地方 several miles, 几英里之路. So it's quite a ways away. It just flew and flew and flew. In fact, okay, one time my friend, what? my friend chased after the balloon for many miles as it rose up into the mountains. Okay? Now, so he's chasing. Actually, we lived close to the mountains. Okay? So, as the balloon goes over toward the mountains, what happens? It starts to go up, up, up the mountains because the wind is blowing it up the mountains. And of course, the hot air is keeping it up in the air. So it's rising up, up, up into the mountains. 上山去了. Going on. Since my colleague and I couldn't spend all day supervising the boys, we left them to this new activity. My friend and I, we were teachers. Although it was summer, it was summer, so that means we were not teaching, but we had other work to do. So we could not watch them, supervise. 我们没有办法看他们呢. Okay, supervise means just to be with them and to make sure they don't do something bad or wrong. We left them to this new activity, 就让他们玩这个新的活动. So they were making their own and flying them, and it was quite interesting going on. Unfortunately, one day the wind was blowing too hard and it hindered the liftoff. 不幸, unfortunately, 不幸. Okay, one day the wind was blowing very hard. Now remember, these little hot air balloons are very, very fragile. The wind was blowing too hard. 这个风太大, and it hindered the liftoff. That means liftoff means 这个升起的. It says hindered 就阻挡它这个上去. In fact, it didn't go up, it went that way because the wind was blowing that way. So it couldn't go up going on. In just a few seconds, the balloon crash landed near our house. In just a few seconds. Okay, that means 很快. The balloon crash landed. 坠落到地, okay? Crash 就撞到地, okay? Crash landed near our house, setting the tender, dry grass on fire. Okay, what is this tender, dry grass? Okay, first of all, okay, dry grass, you know that? Yeah. 干草, okay? And it is tinder dry, 易燃的干草. That means when it says tinder dry grass, actually, this is interesting. Tinder dry means it's so dry that if you are not careful, it will 着火, it will light on fire, okay? And what did it do? It set on fire 电着, okay? 电着这个 tinder dry grass. So now we had a grass fire, okay? We were lucky though. 我们的那天是运气是很好 because there was a group of men playing softball, 垒球. Okay, behind the school 就是在学校后面 okay, and they all ran over to the field. So they saw the fire. Oh no, the fire, the grass is burning. 烧了 okay, the grass is burning. They saw the grass burning and they ran over to the school. Okay, they used their feet. Okay, they used their feet. 用他们的脚 going on. Used their feet to stomp out the flames. 踩灭 stomp out the flames. 这个火苗 okay, 火苗 or you can say flames 火焰 okay, whatever 火苗火焰 So they used their feet to stamp out the flames. There are many men there, so it was easy for them to do it. More than likely, it was because the field fire scare. 很有可能的 okay, because of the field fire scare. 吓了他们了 So their interest in hot air balloons soon diminished. Probably also their father said, hey, you wait until dad can be with you, okay? 他们对这个兴趣慢慢就 diminished, 就越来越少 So, have you ever made a hot air balloon? Hey, it's great fun. As I tell this story right now, I was like, boy, I'd like to do that again. I should try it. Okay, we do have an email address. Our email address is theoldprincipal@gmail.com. And our website is www.theoldprincipal.org. I've had fun telling this story. I hope you've learned a few new words in the process, and I hope that you'll join us again next time. Bye-bye for now.